You are welcome to tonight's latest top stories making headlines. And this is the Street TV Zambia, the television for the people, keeping you with sports news, entertainment, education, and many more other entertaining programs on your fingertips. If you are new here, please subscribe to our Facebook page and YouTube channels for quality, reliable, and verified news. We appreciate for your continued support that you are always giving us for watching our programs on our platforms. To present our top stories making headlines, my name is Mourning Abishai. But before the top stories making news headlines, let us have a quick short break. Thank you very much for your patience. And now, top stories making headlines. Zambia is back to normal after 14 days period of the national mourning. Zambian kwacha shows some strength against US dollar. And now, the details of our top stories making headlines. After the declaration of the end of the national mourning, flags were seen in some places flying at full mast. Street TV Zambia, we took time to move around to check how people are going through about with their business activities. People were seen to be very happy for the national mourning coming to an end. The political players from the ruling party in power, the United Party for National Development UPND, have now declared the political sphere to be back to normal. Speaking to the media today on 28th of June 2025, UPND Media Director Mr. Maximo stated that the mourning period is over and now it is politics as usual. More in the following report.
And I want to thank our colleagues from the press for once more coming back to Anderson Kambela Mazoka House. There are two things that we want to address this morning. And many of us do know that for some time we've been off for the reasons known to the entire country, that we were in a period of national mourning. And as the case may be, just like a situation where your neighbor has a funeral, you can never open a shop and do merchandise. The same applies when we have this national mourning. Some strategic shops may be open, but the order of things do not operate as in a normal situation. As a result, the 14 days of national mourning, as the president of Zambia, Hakainde Hichilema, did allude to, cannot leave us indeed to an indefinite national mourning on account of a number of activities. I'm sure even those of us from the media got fatigued because it becomes very difficult for you to find even guests, because they will come to talk about what their colleagues were talking about in the past 14 days. You basically run out of what to discuss. You will later on fail to even find content. The underlying principle is that this is a passing phase. First of all, it is important for us to reiterate the president's words in his address to the nation on key fundamental issues that relate to this particular period. That indeed, apart from it being just a period of national mourning, it was a period of healing, because that is the rationale. When we lose someone in the family, there is a period for healing. It is also a period in which our peace in the country was tested, And we demonstrated, of course, our resolve as a peace-loving and law-abiding citizenry. Now, we wish to indicate at this point that arising from the pronounced position by the head of state, our members across the country are now back into full-swing politics. That's what it means. I'm sure many of you saw that we had circulated a statement in which we regulated at party level, which we expected our friends as well to do on the other side in the opposition. To demonstrate how organized we are, we had to issue a statement to all our members across the country to avoid issuing statements unnecessarily, and to also seek clearance as and when they needed to speak on anything that related to politics. And we want to take this opportunity to thank even UPND members across the country for abiding by the administration of the party position. Now, it is important for us also to indicate that, as a matter of fact, having been addressed by the head of state, we are having specific expectations also from our colleagues that since we are back into politics, we also expect high levels of discipline as citizens and as politicians. Our party will not allow a situation where people will go and attack the president for no cause. We are not talking about criticism. We are talking about unwarranted attacks, demeaning attacks, insulting attacks, harassing attacks. We will be ready to respond, not physically, but by way of following the laid down legal provisions, because this is a country that is governed by laws. And because it's governed by laws, it is an agreed upon position within the UPND that our members, including the general party membership, should never respond to our colleagues using fists and weapons. When a law has been broken, there is remedy provided at law. They simply need to report to the police, and law enforcement agencies will do their work. Time and again we have reminded our members never even to attack PF centers. That when you believe your friend has broken the law, two wrongs do not make a right. If they have attacked you, go and report to the police. I'm sure moving forward you are going to see what I'm talking about, that even when there is a funeral, the Constitution is not overthrown. Legislation is still enforced. What this follows is that as a party, we will be reporting a number of activities that relate to breach of the law, including the Cyber Act. So that should not be seen from the point of view of vindictiveness, but as a way of securing our legislation in the country. I should also further mention that our members are free to engage online. But when they are issuing official statements, of course, in the same manner that we issued their official statement, we have to remain coordinated. So that said, we are back to full-time politics. The provinces are free to issue statements and to appear on various media platforms and get back to mobilization and politics. We should further indicate that even the debates that we were sustaining that relate to constitution making process, I'm sure if since CSOs have also resumed, they're having meetings somewhere. We are back to indicate that we need to support our constitution amendment for those specific fundamental clauses that have been proposed, because it's being done in good faith. We have averted fears through the previous debates that we had. We need to get back to support the amendments and to also bring to the fore more knowledge about the clauses and how important they are to the running and improvement of our constitutional making process.
On the business side, The Zambian kwacha has continued showing some great strength against the major United States dollar. A check from London bureaus by News Time, Street Television Zambia noticed that in some places, $1 was buying at 22.90 and selling at 23.36. This shows that the Zambian economy is heading to the right direction. Well, this is the Street TV Zambia, the television for the people, keeping you with sports, news, entertainment, education, and many more other entertaining programs on your fingertips. We appreciate for your continued support. This is what we only had for you tonight on our latest top stories news segment. My name is Mourning. Thanks for watching and God bless you.